Hey, it's Terry, and this is the Something Spooky review of VFW, which was released in 2020 by Fangoria and was directed by Joe Begos. And so it says right away that I'll say right away that this is not the kind of movie I normally watch. It's kind of outside of what I normally do for this channel. It is a tribute to 80s grindhouse movies, which while I appreciate aren't always my thing. So there is a lot of violence in this movie. That's the main thing I knew going into it, is that it's kind of a gore hound movie, which is not really my scene normally, but there was enough about it that intrigued me that I wanted to see it. It does live up to that, so it is very, very violent. I just kind of want to warn you, it's pretty grotesque. But it's done in a fun way. It's not like torture porn. It's not, the real kind of gross, bad feeling side of violence. It's all very action-packed and purposefully over the top, but still, it's just worth saying right away that it is a very violent movie compared to a lot of what I talk about on this channel. So it is this 80s grindhouse tribute. It is about these veterans who are living in this kind of post-apocalyptic America. It's not entirely clear, but it's a very bad scene. And they are basically at war the whole time with these, the movie calls them mutant punks, but they're really just like drug addicts, but it's like this future drug. So they're like druggy mutant punks. And the whole movie is basically a siege movie where these veterans are inside their VFW and these druggy mutant punks are trying to get in for reasons related to the story. And, basically, that's basically the whole movie. It basically all takes place there, and it's just them with these big action scenes and then some slow moments where the characters are kind of reflecting on themselves and things going on. But it's all in that location and all around that concept. It's kind of this high concept where it's like that's what it is, and it doesn't change much from that. But it's done, as I said, in this very fun, stylized action way. It really feels like a tribute to John Carpenter. It feels like it worships John Carpenter. It has this great look. There's a very kind of grainy filter to everything. There's these real moody, saturated colors throughout. It has very kind of classic feeling cinematography with the way the camera moves and follows the action, and the editing too. It feels pretty of that era. It definitely, pays homage in an authentic way to those movies, the 70s and 80s kind of action, horror, low budget, grindhouse, splatterhouse movies. It feels like that, and it does a great job of representing that throughout. The characters are great. I actually really like the main cast of characters. The veterans, they're all old, grumpy guys, but they're all likable, and, they're all kind of effective archetypes. There's not a whole lot to them. They kind of all have their roles and they fit into their, role in this little platoon of theirs. But it works, and they're all very good at what they're doing, and you do care about them as a group and individually. There's a lot of, grizzled charm to them, and that's kind of like the other part of the movie. It's basically all like grotesque violence and grisly charm, and they pull that part off very well. The location is perfect. It's all taking place in this VFW, as everything suggests. They're barricaded in their VFW, and so there's all this neon neon beer signs, and it's got this real hazy, smoky look and feel, and they're taking shots the whole time while they're going to war. It's very cool. The location is obviously the sale of the movie, and it delivers on that. It feels really, really neat. The location also has this dated kind of worn, feel. Also still feels warm and welcoming compared to the bleak outside, which, like I said, is basically post-apocalyptic. It's desolate and destroyed and, gangland with drugs and stuff. So it does, the VFW in the film does still feel homey in this way that it needs to for the characters and for that whole concept to work. Like I said, it's basically just that one location, though. There's a few variations, but they're basically in one place doing one thing the whole time. So it is a little one note, and, you got to be in for that. If you're not going to appreciate, what you've heard about the movie so far, it's not going to sell you on it because it never does anything different from that or tries to, it is sticking to that roadmap of they're in this VFW and they are fighting mutant druggies, and that's all it does. But it does it very, very well. It's not high cinema. It's not going to win any awards, but I think it's about perfect at what it does. I walked in a little skeptical, not knowing, what to expect. I don't watch these kind of movies a lot. I don't like a lot of gore typically, so I was a little worried, but I came away just really impressed, really enjoyed it. It delivered on everything that I kind of wanted out of it. It was a fun action movie for me and my friend to watch, and it, had that kind of grisly charm, and the location paid off with the VFW. So I was wow, It's not like it's a perfect movie, but it really delivered on everything that I wanted out of it. And you know, it's basically what it sells itself to be. It's super violence, but with a lot of heart and a lot of kind of fun. You know, there's this one note, and they just decide, you know, they find infinite realms of madness inside that setting and just go wild with it the whole time. So it's not going to do much outside of that, but if that's what you're wanting to watch, it's excellent, and it has great performances. It looks great. I really liked it. I'm going to give VFW a B+. I recommend it. I'm going to check out more of the Fangoria films after having seen it because it really impressed me. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and remember to follow Something Spooky for more.